Okay, I always say that this is Sitting Bull, and my t shirt is Think Differently. Okay, today's topic is free will. Now, the heart of the matter is uh, you'll hear on the internet people say that we live in a free will universe, and it gets tied up with ideas like from Star Trek that there's like the prime directive is not to interfere with um, other people's civilizations if you're an advanced civilization. Um, I don't like that because these advanced civilizations do interfere with us uh, behind the scenes. They pull a lot of strings, and we are not alone on planet Earth, and there's all kinds of hidden beings. You just have to trust me on that. But the only true free will choice that you have here on planet Earth is either to be loved or not. That's it. That's free will. You have, in other words, if you want to be part of love, love will always have its arms open for you. Always. But love, just like it says in the Bible, love is kind and it won't force itself on you. That's not a very human way of looking at it. And you'll have to go back and I'm sorry I don't have that biblical passage here, but it starts off with love is kind and what have you. But it's love is nothing to do with forcing you to be love. And that is your free will choice. So if you decide to be not love, that is free will. And love will always be standing there waiting for you to change your mind. Because free will means that you can change your mind. Once you choose love, can you withdraw your choice to be love? Yes. Yes. The great story of Muhammad, the founder of Islam, the great fall of Muhammad was, um, I wasn't there, or maybe if I was, a past life and I can't remember. But the story, as told by Dr. David R. Hawkins, the spiritual teacher, is that Muhammad fell in consciousness greatly over the issue of jihad, which to him meant taking up the sword and slaughtering other people because they somehow were not following Islam. And what I'm told by Dr. Hawkins is that jihad had nothing to do with killing other people because they weren't religious or not. It had to do with dropping your ego. So jihad is the spiritual war on, and it's kind of a stupid thing because it brings up all the wrong ideas, but that's basically what it was. It was the war against your own ego. So, and it's problematic because some people have got consider ego is just your personality. So why are you warring against your personality? It's only if your personality is a negative thing, that's tormenting others, then you're a demonic personality, and that particular ego is, what you have to fight against. This is the problem with these words. I mean, they get bandied around, and they don't always mean the same thing when people use them. Ego in spirituality doesn't always mean ego in psychology. In psychology, you've got the id, the ego, and the superego, and you don't hear about the id and the superego when you're talking about, when people are talking about the ego and spirituality. The ego is more to do with, well, as I said, it's a personality that is basically ignorant. That's the biggest problem with why people remain egoic. Selfishness. Selfishness is a learned behavior because you see it on this planet so much. The greedy people rise to the top, and the people who are kind get walked on, stepped on. Social climbing is basically walking over top of others, stomping on others, so you get to the top. Maybe there's a lesson there. You get to the top, and then you find out you've got no friends. You've got it all, but you can't trust anybody because you don't love them. And if you can't love people, then how can you trust them? So that is free will for you, the choice to be love every moment. You can choose again and choose again, and the same thing. You can choose not to be love. You can choose to be selfish, greedy, arrogant, all the other negativities. And forgiveness is love. If you want to love yourself, you have to forgive yourself first. Because if you have had a life of not being love, you have to forgive that. And if you slip and slide too many times, other people will look at you and say, well, I can't trust you. But real love will always be there for you. And even if the humans around you say, well, I just can't trust you because, you've said this a million times, I'm going to change, and you start down that road, and then you go back to your old ways of being mean and dirty. So I don't want nothing to do with you. I consider you a toxic person. Well, there are repercussions for consistently choosing not to be loved. It's your reputation. And once you've got a really bad reputation, are you going to trust Adolf Hitler? No. Once people got such horrible reputations, people aren't going to trust you. I'm turning over a new leaf. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So this is the issue. So, if you're going to get your act together, I can see this with career criminals. Why society, especially if it's been some kind of violent thing that they've done, if it's been, assault and battery or murder or rape or whatever, that's a bad rap. How are you going to get people to trust you again? That's going to be your cross to carry, even if you turn to love. But you're going to have the understanding that when people see you, they see a demon. And even if you know in your heart that you've changed and you're reformed, and people still see the demon, that's your thing. You're going to have to carry that for your life. And what happens after that? At some point, I am sure that people will see that you are changed. I'm sure they will. But it might not be till you have to, leave planet Earth. Because there are beings that know. And humans don't know. That's why humans can't trust. Because they've been hurt so many times. They've been hurt so many times. The cycle of abuse that goes on and on and on. They can't trust. They can't trust. It's like a dog that's been kicked so many times. Maybe a dog does turn around. If there's another kind owner, a rescued dog can turn around. But a human, I don't know. I don't know if they can ever recover. Yes, they can. They can. But are you going to go into anyway, it's no reason to stay choosing not love. Don't do it for other people who think you're never going to change. if that's the way you are. I'm Harry Weaver.